response video to a video posted by Rose Bushy again. So I guess he's letting us in on the big joke. Har 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 har. Sorry, I had to get rid of some stuff. With that weird pro-natalism video. So it's another bit of his humor. Yeah, his hijinksies. Yeah, that's right. That's what all the big smart philosophers do. They do hijinksy videos. Yeah, they waste people's times preposterously. Yeah, bravo, asshole. So I'm sure that's the big punchline. I was just demonstrating how dumb the other argument is. Yes, exactly. So when I showed your video to be a piece of crap.
This is how you install programs on a Chrome.
And pointed out that it was a piece of crap. In that it was arguing the wrong argument. Yeah, so I didn't fall for your little what? Little trap? Was that what it was? It was a trap? Yeah, well, it didn't catch anything, did it? Oh, jeez. This advertising crap is just so charming. We'll skip the goddamn ad. Turn the sound off. Skip the ad, please. Oh, I gotta turn the sound off this way. Oh, God. Fucking idiot. I'm worth it.
April 2012, and it's important that you realize that that is today's date, and you can confirm that by looking at the timestamp on this video, because today I will be uploading 2 videos. This video, first, as a private video, and my next video, which is going to go up public straight away.
Oh, gee, brilliant. And again, this is for what purpose? Your video was preposterously stupid. I even stated in my video nobody who's a pro-natalist would even endorse this video because the argument was so stupid. You know? And so you're going to actually have evidence and proof that you're doing a joke? Oh, duh.
And if everything went to plan, my public video will have attracted the attention of the antinatalist crowd here on YouTube and will have been visited by them, and people will have commented on that video, maybe even made video responses. One can only hope, and I have no idea what's going to happen, so fingers.
Yes, and you got 3 minutes and 40 seconds to somehow unravel how this means anything. Are you actually going to make the idiotic argument that all the anti-natalists are arguing that there's no such thing as pleasure? Is that really your argument? Because you didn't mention the word suffering once in your video. Have anti-natalists made videos where they didn't even mention once the concept of satisfaction and pleasure? No, that's right. So this is just a gimmick, a fraud, a pile of just jackass jerk-off crap. This is childish drivel.
Cross that will happen. But I'm making this video because I want anybody who has been looking at that video and has been possibly thinking that I lost my mind to know that this was a setup. This was deliberately designed to trip up the antinatalists. So what have I done?
Yeah, so what have you done? Did you trip anybody? Did I see anybody trip? No, they all asked, well, how do you account for the suffering, dick shit? Because your argument didn't have suffering in it. Shithead.
In the other video. What was my plan in the other video?
Ah, here we go.
Well, if you've watched the other video, you will have seen that I presented a pro-natalist position, a pro-natalist argument, and that the argument that I presented was utterly bizarre, utterly retarded, basically. It was an idiotic argument. It was utterly fallacious. It made no sense whatsoever. But if you were careful, if you watched the video, and if you looked at how I presented my argument, you may have noticed that my pro-natalist argument that I presented in that video actually took the exact same form.
Right, so that's what's called honesty now. So now you're showing your integrity by saying that the anti-natalists, you know, here they are, a tiny minority of the population, right? A tiny minority. Okay, so it's like you're arguing with a philosophy that is so unpopular, and yet you can't do it with any integrity. You have to resort to this buffoonery. You have to put on these idiotic clown shoes and a honky little nose horn and play a fucking goddamn game. You can't straight up make an argument and explain the need that doesn't need to exist, or explain Benatar's asymmetry and the very fact, okay, that you can't be denied a wanting, okay, for something, that we contrive the value that we chase in this life, and that you can't basically steal that from somebody, that there is no weeping Platonians anywhere in the universe saying, I wish I existed and had my 16th birthday party. They can't want because they don't exist. Not complicated, shithead. So unravel that. The fact that you can't create any possible negative, and that by creating people, you open the door to negative, shithead. 6 million Jews in concentration camps, shithead. How high would I have to make that fucking number? How many Jews would have had to die in concentration camps for you to raise your hand and say, yeah, I guess the human race has failed? Give me an honest answer, cunt. Give me an honest answer. Take off your clown suit for a minute and explain to me exactly how many people you are willing to let die in a concentration camp for your fucking goddamn faggoty existence. Explain it to me, shit brain. Okay? Quit being a little fucking weasel. Quit being a little game-playing, fucking showboating, advertising motherfucking cunt. And answer the fucking question.
As the antinatalist argument does. And therein lies the rub.
Yeah, therein lies in the anal cancer, you motherfucker, that I hope you get to fucking tomorrow.
See, I hope, and I am fairly confident, fingers crossed, that this will happen, that the antinatalists will fall over each other in this video trying to...
Yeah, explaining how even in my video, quoting my video, even a pro-natalist would not endorse this video. Quoting my video. Shithead. So yeah, haha, didn't work.
The other video, trying to debunk my argument. And because my argument takes the exact same form as the...
Yeah, right, again. So you're going to say there is some sort of inverse, complementary psychological phenomenon to that of hunger and horniness. That there are negative hungers and horninesses somehow built into the human organism. And that somehow we are aggrandizing those mechanisms, whatever the fuck they would be. I can't really imagine what they are. Yeah, that's right. So you're going to just ignore the fact that we are littered with biological survival biases of hunger, attractions, needs, desires, wants, addictions. You're going to just ignore how the balance of pleasure and pain has been distorted by those perceptual bigotries, and play a fucking idiotic, moronic, ignorant game. Bravo. Retard. Insult to intelligence. That's what you are. Insult to intelligence. His name is Rose Bushy.
Antinatalist argument, everything they say to debunk the pro-natalist argument that I present in that video, automatically, by virtue of it being an argument against the exact same form of argument.
Yeah, where? I don't see anything about asymmetry. I don't see anything about, again, the absence of some sort of comparative shopping cart thing here. I've conceded the existence, or at least the theoretical possibility, of a true positive, independent of some sort of deprivation that made it possible. And I've conceded that we go to a store and we basically purchase, if we were to purchase our life in some sort of real way, where the real risk was something you could pay for out of the real accomplishment, that the game wouldn't get plate. If I mixed into the bowl all the hardships of the dead mountain climbers, or even let's just use war as the metaphor. If I could put the sorrows and the pains and all the other stuff that goes into war and mix it in the bowl, and people could really taste what it is, all right, they'd run for the fucking hills. They'd say there's no way they'd want to. There wouldn't be any patents running around talking about the glory of it.
Also debunks the antinatalist. Any fallacy that they point out in my pro-natalist argument is an equal fallacy in the antinatalist argument.
Right. So again, you're going to explain to me how there's a parallel asymmetry argument. You're going to explain to me how there's a parallel addiction argument, and that there's some sort of biological imperative towards non-procreation. That there's a bias that we've been victimized by. I don't think so, shithead.
All the reasons that they can come up with for discarding the pro-natalist argument are equally valid reasons for discarding the antinatalist argument. Both.
I mean, he can't. You really can't understand how just completely imbecilic this is. This is like some creationist saying that if a creationist played the same game, with a perversion of an argument, building into it some sort of concession that I must concede that serpents are a possibility, that Pharaoh's serpent was real, or some other kind of bullshit. I mean, the premises you're automatically obliging people to accept here is preposterous. Your argument was nonsense. It was labeled so.
Arguments are in form identical. They are both fallacious.
Yeah, again, you haven't pointed that out. Again, you just haven't made an argument here about how there are antinatalists making the argument somewhere that life contains no desire mechanism and that we derive no pleasure from existing. Yeah, show me that person who's made that argument, that there is no perception of pleasure. The argument is that perceptions are built out of ego problems and out of states of physical and biological deprivation imposed on the organism, that the perception of value is just that, a perception, and that it has nothing to do with anything real. It just has to do with a biological function, wherein the definition of the sentient in trouble or distress is rationally understood to be negative.
In the exact same way, they are both equally absurd and stupid.
Right, so I'll just make an argument about evolution or any kind of science, and I'll just make it in this absurd backwards way, and that somehow by making a non-argument in the opposite direction, I'll somehow prove that the other argument is wrong. Again, I argue to you. Here's a minority position. You're mocking it and calling it trivial, essentially, and yet you can't make a straight-up argument against it. You have to play this kind of whatever, Wizard of Oz bullshit game, right? You have to go through this whole thing, create this whole manufactured wizardy bullshit. Why? Oh, that's right, because you don't have an argument. You don't have a rational counter-argument, so you can resort to is buffoonery. Bravo, clown man.
And if you can see why my pro-natalist video was absurd and stupid, then you can also see why the antinatalist position is absurd and stupid. And with that...
Well, why don't you give us the real pro-natalist argument then? So if you gave us the fake one, what would the real pro-natalist argument sound like? Yeah, why don't you try that? That might be interesting to hear. Let me hear the real pro-natalist argument.
I think we can truly declare this discussion over.
Oh man, now you're just going to declare victory. That is just so classy. Oh yeah, you did such a good job in your 3 minutes and 40 seconds where you again didn't mention the word suffering once. So now you've made 2 videos and declared yourself victory and pointed and proved essentially that life is worth living and it's worth imposing on other sentient creatures, and that you have the authority to do that because you have little jolly smiley faces painted on your fucking underwear, hand painted on your underwear, and somehow that makes it all worthwhile, and you know it, and you proved it. Yeah, I don't think so, asswipe.
Bye.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Jesus, what a fucking weak argument. You won't see me praising Gary. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Do me a favor, watch Eminem latest video, then watch Dawa Films video that everyone is getting upset about, and then tell me the difference. Yeah, well, actually, Dawa Films video was not a terrible video. I mean, he's just sort of lamenting the priorities of the human race. I mean, it seems ludicrous coming from somebody who's defending such a bankrupt philosophy. You know, silly idol worship of a jackass called Mohammed, who was a debaucherous asshole, and defending cultures that, you know, suppress rights, deny freedom, and you know, just steal life from women, just steal their life. You know, but yeah, it was a good video. I mean, just in the sense that, you know, what are our priorities? I mean, realistically, our priorities are shit. I can't see it. Every time I try, I feel like I'm watching the same video, yet Gary is somehow praised for his disgusting views, you know, whatever that is. Another great argument. And anyone comes down on Dawa for pretty much saying the same thing that Gary is constantly saying. Well, whatever. They really aren't saying the same thing. They're talking about how you are an asshole. Me and Dawa probably agree. You are an asshole. I mean, an ignorant, stupid asshole. I mean, an articulate asshole. And Rosebushy's just a little game-playing, intellectual pussy. Geez, my spelling. That's really important stuff. LOL, I know. I suggest for a simple social experiment to show how one guy has a huge fan base in the atheist community for saying such things, but another is being attacked with full force by the atheist community for saying basically the same things. Well, again, you're not just saying the same things again. They're not the same things. Again, will you please show me a quote? How the fuck am I saying the same thing? Well, whatever. You're just an idiot. I happen to agree with Dawa Films that we have conducted an illegal war, and yeah, there's just not much else to say to that, and that we've behaved like complete cowards and pussies. We haven't even fought an honorable war. It's not only that it's an illegal war, we fought it like girly men. I mean, it's humiliating to have anything to do with it. These bastards think they have a reason to go kill somebody, and they have to do it from their bunkers, you know, in the middle of the country. They don't have the guts to even bomb people directly. They don't even have the guts to stand face to face with somebody and kill them. No, they've got to do it with technology and money, because they're cowards, assholes. Yeah, we're a nation of cowards. We deserved 9/11. I'll say it plainly. We deserve worse. Yeah, we deserve a lot worse. We're murdering motherfucking pieces of shit. And that's what the United States of America stands for. And we don't even, like I said, we do it by stabbing things in the back. Cowards. Cowardice country. Country of cowards. So fuck you, you prick. Fuck you, you trash talking little weasel, skinny wop. Maybe I should just trash talk about you. I'll go around the internet, just any opportunity I have, I'll just say skinny wop is a little cunt faggot. Yeah, how about that? Huh? I mean, I can call you a faggot, right? Because you call yourself a wop. Because you decide to use a word like that. Huh? 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 Yeah, fucking creep. Skinny creep. You should change your name to. Be more honest. Skinny, dishonest, weaselly creep on the internet. Yeah, change your screen name to that. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, internet. Fuck you, human race. Fuck you. Fuck you. I mean, I wish I could. you know, get myself a shack on the moon, and I could just sit in a lounge chair, and I could just watch the whole fucking place crash and fucking burn. Because you're just such pieces of shit. I mean, really, to play these kind of games, make 2 videos about how great life is, and you can't even say the word suffering in 2 fucking videos. 2 fucking videos. So again, Rose Bushy, answer my fucking question, you weak little bastard. How many Jews would have had to die in World War II for you to admit human civilization is failed? How many? How big does the fucking pain gotta get? You tell me, pussy. You think 6 million was just the right number? Oh, it's enough to make us sad, but it's not enough to kill us. It's not enough to crush our spirit, our little pink balloon chasing spirit. How many? How many do I have to put in a concentration camp before your little pink balloon chasing spirit is crushed? Answer the fucking question.